How's everybody this morning? Great. I just want to say thank you for the invite. Thank you, Miss Phyllis Dudley. I had met her at a lupus awareness event, and she asked me to come out to speak to you all this morning. So thank you, and thank you to the board and their attendees. I've enjoyed the meeting thus far. So, I'm 48. I don't think I make the
Not quite.
8.
Not quite.
I'm going to song. Keep me in prayer. But
Got 2 more years.
I have my mom with me in the back for support. Her name is Cindy. We attend Wishing Church in Mitchellville, Maryland. In 2020, everybody was learning about COVID. Anybody in here get COVID? Okay. I did not, but I learned about lupus. Has anyone heard of lupus before?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So in January of 2020, I was having issues walking. I couldn't stand up straight. When I sat down, I had a lot of pain. Went to doctor's hospital, and they told me I had low potassium and to go home. So I went to my local CVS, got the potassium pill, went line dancing, kept going. Well, next morning I got up, more pain. So I said, maybe it's not. But I'm a strong black woman, raised by a strong black woman. I'm gonna just keep going. I can do this. So I kept going to work. I would go in early and leave late so nobody would see me in all the pain because I didn't know what was going on, but I still need my job and my insurance. So I kept going. My mom said, I think we need to go try this hospital again. Go back to the hospital. We were there for about a good 8 hours, and they said, well, maybe you should just go see a doctor. We don't know what's wrong with you. So I made an appointment with my doctor. By that time, my breasts had begun to turn colors. They were black, very hard, very tender. So my primary care just said, I believe it's breast cancer. So she sent me to a breast cancer specialist. I get to that specialist. She said, nope, it's not. Breast cancer doesn't cause that much pain. Let's send you to an OB specialist. I said, well, all right, well, let's make that appointment. So I get to that appointment. They run testing. Well, come to find out, that was the person I needed to see. I had a 5-pound fibroid that had calcified, died, embedded itself in my uterus. My body thought I was 11 weeks pregnant. So that's why I was having the pain. Well, that doctor didn't do hysterectomy surgeries. So then I got referred to another doctor. Well, that doctor was out of town for a month on vacation. So then, I live off Greenbelt Road. I just started calling doctors up and down the street. I got an appointment, but it was going to be a week before I could see that doctor because they had to look and see everything that was going on before they did the surgery. Well, my job said, stop coming here. You're a liability. Stay home. You're doing too much. We don't know because I don't drive. I was on the metro, the bus. They're like, we don't know where you're going to be at. The pain. Just stay home. You'll still get paid, praise God, but we want you to be safe. So during that time, I was, going to church, trying to still do everything I could, but I was in a lot of pain. So once a day I said, hey, it's the end of February, I said, I don't think this is working out. I think I've done all that I can here on this earth, and I'm ready to go home to see Jesus, because I'm over it. So I called my mom, and I began to say, hey, Mom, thank you for all you've done, but I'm going home to see Jesus. And at that point, she said, if you die, I'll kill you. So what I then said was, since I was able to laugh, it wasn't time for me to go yet. So I called another friend of mine, and we went to Anne Arundel Medical Center.
Yes.
I got there. As soon as I got in, I was admitted. My blood pressure was a 200 over 100. So they admitted me, looked at everything that was going on, wondering how come no one had attended to me yet. I explained that, everything that was going on, they kept me. As they were doing all their different testing, I had about 10 doctors just staring at me, trying to figure out what was going on. They decided that I needed a hysterectomy. The first OB/GYN doctor kept poking and punching on me and asking me questions, and I'm like, I'm in a lot of pain, can you please stop? So my uncle that lives in Florida called the hospital and said she needs an advocate, get this woman out of my niece's room. So that's when I learned about advocacy. The next day I had a new doctor. She ran testing and then informed me that I was too fat for the surgery and I wasn't in enough pain and that I could go home and come back in a month and then have the surgery. So my mom sent out prayer requests to all that we know and had everybody start praying. I was in the ICU. The ICU nurse I was on 3 different blood pressure medicines. She took one away to make my pressure go back up to make them have to keep me. The next day, the doctor walks in and said, "Why are you telling these people these lies about me? I didn't tell you that. I found you a surgeon. He has an opening in his schedule today." The doctor walks in. It was the doctor I had made the appointment with, but I couldn't go because I was in the hospital. So I praise God because he was orchestrating it the whole time. Had that surgery. Well, during that time, I began to have a lesion on my breast. So then they had to bring in a breast cancer specialist to figure out what was going on. They discovered I had granuloma mastitis because my breasts were trying to lactate for the baby my body thought I was having. Well, I got released from the hysterectomy surgery 2 days before the world shut down. So I was still in pain. I didn't get to have my double mastectomy surgery until July because it was on the outside of my body and it wasn't important enough during COVID. When I came out of the July surgery, my fingers turned blue. My mom said, "I'm not taking her home. You were just supposed to remove her breast. What's going on?" They said they don't know. They kept me. 15 hours later, they realized I had Raynaud's, was the first autoimmune disease. Your blood vessels constrict and your hands turn numb, and I was unable to use my hands and feet. The infectious disease doctor pulled my mom and I to the side and said, "There's something still wrong. You need to go to a rheumatologist." Rheumatologists are not on staff at hospitals. So I went home, had to make another appointment to go see a rheumatologist. I walk into the rheumatologist, he looks at my file and says, "It's lupus." So that was August 2025. So I tend to say my life got turned upside down from January to August. Now, standing here in 2025, I have a whole list of things that are wrong with me that have been wrong with me since I was 16, but no one looked at me holistically. So I became a part of the Lupus Foundation to be an ambassador, to do health fairs, sessions like this. I then became an advocate to go to Congress and speak to them. We go to Capitol Hill, we have our Hill Day to speak, to get our different issues resolved as far as insurance is concerned. Also, I am a group leader for support. I have a Zoom link for every fourth Monday of every month. I speak on warrior panels to share my story, and I'm also a moderator to share my story as well. So I'm growing within the Lupus Foundation, but one thing that I'm noticing is their representation is Baltimore. There's not a true representation for Prince George's County, so I plan to start my own nonprofit later this year to represent Prince George's County because there's a great need here. This county is very powerful. I'm meeting a lot of people that have lupus in the county that don't feel like they're being seen or known, and I want to be able to stand up in the good health I am right now and be able to spread the word. So, upcoming events that we're having our Walk to End Lupus now. We have one in Baltimore on September 20th. I'll be there volunteering. One on September 27th in DC. I'll be walking with the team I have. October 11th, I'll be in Richmond, Virginia for their walk volunteering. Also, a co-worker of mine that is interested in helping spread awareness lives in Hyattsville, and their council is doing a walk for me in my honor on October 4th as well. For those of you that don't know what lupus is an autoimmune disease. My cells don't know what's good and bad, so it attacks everything. So my body's at war every day. Every day I wake up, I don't know what I'm gonna go through. It could be brain fog, it could be inflammation, it could be just fatigue. I just feel like I can't move. I can sleep 9 hours and still wake up and be tired. I can wake up and all my joints will be inflamed. I can wake up and I can't move at all because I also have another autoimmune disease called Sjogren's, which is dry eye and dry mouth. So if I wake up and all of them are hitting at one time, I'm not leaving that house that day. So when I wake up in the morning, I say, praise God, I'm still here to walk in my purpose. Okay, which automobile is going to affect you today? So I just praise God that through the whole time, my job has been great with me. I always had a paycheck, always had my insurance, so I'm very grateful for that. But at the same time, I don't get all the accommodations I asked for, but it's okay. I have photosensitivity issues, so I don't turn the lights on in my office. I just use the light from the window. I need a better chair because of the different pains I have, but it's okay because they let me work from home most days. So, you know, you gotta pick and choose your battles. But I just wanted to let you know that there are people hurting out here, and if you hear anybody that says they have lupus or any autoimmune disease at all, please let them know that I'm here, I'm trying to get the advocacy out. I'm trying to spread it on social media. I'm on social media. I have a YouTube. I have a podcast. I'm trying. If you would like to have more information, I have a table set up in the back. You can leave your name and number. And we are raising funds to try to get better research to solve this cruel mystery of the disease. So thank you very much. And if you have any questions, I'm here.